Hello and welcome to Dreadwolf Dolls. My name's Hero, and today I'll be showing you how I made this adorable rabbit outfit from the mobile game Love Nikki. For this custom, I'm using Raven Queen as a base. I wipe off her factory paint using pure acetone. With her face cleaned, I start by sketching the eye shape. I wanted her to look more cartoony, because Love Nikki is not realistic and it's more anime based in its art style. I'll leave a link in the description box for all the materials I used in today's video. For those of you who don't know what Love Nikki is or don't play it, I'm not sure if I can actually recommend it to anybody, especially if you're a completionist. It's not because that it isn't good, but because it's actually really addicting. With that being said, if you're interested in Love Nikki and playing it, I'll leave a link in the description box. This video is in no way sponsored by Love Nikki, even though I wish it was. I wanted her face up to be very minimalistic. I gave her blush across her nose and cheeks to make her look like she's been outside in the snow. I drew on a couple bottom eyelashes, but for her upper lashes, I'm going to be gluing on human eyelashes later. I wanted her sclera to be more defined, so I went over the watercolor with white acrylic paint. I also went over her little eyebrows with paint as well. Some finishing details on her lips and some eye shines, and she's ready for hair. I actually made wefts out of the alpaca fiber off camera, and I just glued them right to her head, and I tried to style and cut each layer before moving on to the next. The alpaca wefts I made actually came out a little bit too thick, so her haircut looks very choppy at some parts in the video. I worked on her hairstyle afterwards, more off camera, and you'll see the finished product in a minute. As I mentioned earlier, I'm also giving her real eyelashes. I'm really awful at putting eyelashes on period, so I cut them into tiny manageable pieces and I glued them on one at a time. Now it's time to work on her outfit. I'm actually a beginner at sewing, but I purchased some doll clothing patterns on Etsy. I'll leave links in the description box. For some reason, I can't really describe the color of the dress in the reference photo I have, but in the end, I went with a gray-blue velvet. The pattern instructions said to blow them up to 150% for ever after high bodies, and I don't know what I did, but I ended up with this giant dress that fit literally no one. But with movie magic, here's a new dress that actually fits. I didn't want to show too much of the sewing process since it's not my pattern. All in all, I ended up making the overdress, an underskirt, and another skirt attached to the underskirt, and I made a cloak, following another pattern from the same seller. It took a lot of fine tuning on the dress to get it to where I wanted to, because in the photo it's actually very decorated with bamboo leaves and snowflakes, but I'm not very good at painting tiny things on a velvet dress, so I did my best. As I mentioned earlier, I also purchased a cloak pattern from the same seller, and here is said cloak. Velvet doesn't really lay flat when it's sewn to something else, so I just took some hot glue and went around the perimeter to try get it to lay flatter, and I attached it to the capelet with hot glue as well. Some finishing touches on the cloak, like pom-poms, tassels. And now she's ready to be dressed. And now she's done. So what do you think of her? I actually made her a rabbit out of felt later off camera, and her staff, which was really hard for me to put together for some reason. I did that off camera because I messed up so many times, but here she is in all her finished glory. And if you like her, please subscribe, leave a like, and I'll see you in the next video.